Hello. It's my great pleasure to kick off the final day of our 12th Academic Festival. This is the first time we have devoted an entire week to homecoming for our alumni. And just as we have done for all of our college-wide programs and events, this is the first time we have come together for Academic Festival virtually. It has been 7 months since Teachers College was forced to deliver instruction and operate almost entirely online. After all this time, it still feels strange making eye contact with a screen instead of a live in-person audience. Yet even with me here on 120th Street and all of you out there in your homes nearby or far away, just knowing that you're tuned into ACFests reminds me that we're all connected as one global family and that we're all here for one another. I hope you have found all of the festival sessions intellectually nourishing, deeply moving, and totally inspiring. And don't worry, you can watch any of the sessions you've either missed or want to revisit by going to our Academic Festival website at tc.edu/festival. Now, we've got a terrific program in store for you today. After my remarks, we will be honoring and hearing from our Distinguished Alumni Award winners, quite differently than we have at past festivals. In a little while, I will be moderating a roundtable discussion with my peers on the future of higher education. We'll examine the question, how can our colleges and universities continue serving as engines for economic and social mobility for students from low-income families and historically underrepresented groups? We will also hear several of our many exceptional TC students present research that could very well shape the future for the better. Right now, I would like to take a few minutes to talk about the ways that Teachers College is preparing to serve as a more powerful force for good, not just today or tomorrow, but over the next 30 years. Now, it's understandable if you're thinking, how can we even think that far ahead? Let's just get through the election and this horrible pandemic. Once our lives return to some semblance of normalcy, then we can start making big plans for the future. Now, here's the flaw with that line of reasoning. None of the serious problems facing us today suddenly surfaced in 2020 on their own. Each one was many years or decades in the making, and none of them will be solved overnight. We have no idea what our society will look like in a year, whether we're talking about COVID, politics, racial and social justice, or the condition of higher education. All of our current problems reflect long-term and systemic challenges. So if we wait until our current problems lessen, we may wait a long time. And individual behavior is not enough. We can't reverse or even slow global warming just by being better individual stewards of the planet, although we all should do that. We can't repair the terrible damage to our civil discourse and institutions just by voting, although each of us must do that. And we can't dismantle systemic racism just by making our voices heard, although we are doing that and we will continue to do so. Solving all of these problems will require sustained effort by eminent teaching and research institutions like Teachers College, and by accomplished scholars, practitioners, and leaders like our 100,000 alumni who share our commitment to social justice. We've been preparing for the future for quite a while. Long before the pandemic took hold, we began developing a strategic plan to position Teachers College as a more consequential institution for producing ideas, knowledge, and professional leadership that will help to solve many of society's long-standing problems. The pandemic and nationwide demand for racial justice underscored the urgency and importance of moving our plan for TC's future forward. At this moment, we are putting the finishing touches on the plan, which I will formally unveil during my State of the College address to the TC community next week. Because you and your fellow future alumni are key focal points in our vision, I'd like to share a sneak preview of some of the major parts of our plan. Our highest priority will always be our students. With our first strategic initiative, Student Pathways, we aim to ensure that all of our students receive the support they need in order to flourish at TC and achieve their professional goals at all stages of their careers. We have already made a great start. We have strengthened and centralized all of our student health and wellness services. We recently reorganized our Student Affairs Office into the Office of Graduate Student Life and Development, both to ensure maximum coordination of all student services and to consult regularly with the Student Senate and other student groups. And just this past summer, we launched TC Next, an operation that is staffed, resourced, and organized to offer our students and alumni comprehensive professional and career development support. TC Next is also working with alumni relations to serve your needs. Whether you're looking to advance in your careers or in the midst of pursuing or even pondering a career change, I hope to check out the array of webinars, resources, and coaching sessions offered by Alumni Relations. Now, there's more to come on our Student Pathways front, so please stay tuned. Just as we are building more effective pathways to success for all of our students, we are also building a stronger research infrastructure that will enable many more of our faculty to win major grants to fund their projects. Teachers College is already a research powerhouse, producing $60 million in sponsored research each year. Over the past 2 months alone, TC faculty have won more than $10 million in major federal grants, including 2 prestigious awards from the Institute of Education Sciences, totaling more than $6.3 million. We are proud of all of our research awards. At the same time, a relatively small number of faculty have accounted for the majority of our research grants. Why is that? It's not because the rest of our faculty are not engaged in important grant-worthy research, but we can help support our faculty in their efforts to find funding for their work and compete successfully for grants by providing more effective tools, training, and administrative assistance. We are working to develop that support. Over the past year, we have introduced new incentives and resources to help tenured and tenure-track faculty write competitive grant proposals. And we just appointed Professor Carol Hammer as our first Vice Dean of Research, who will be charged with improving communication, support services, and interdisciplinary collaboration across the research ecosystem. This is not about boosting our research profile for bragging rights, although there's nothing wrong with improving our reputation. Rather, increased research funding brings us more resources, provides valuable experience and financial support for our students, and multiplies the impact of our faculty research for the benefit of society. Now, we also have bold ambitions to become a national leader in digital instruction and pedagogy. A big reason why Teachers College was able to transition so seamlessly to online instruction at the outbreak of the pandemic was that we already had a well-developed digital infrastructure in place. Our outstanding Office of Digital Learning had years of experience helping faculty develop hybrid and fully online courses and programs. Many of our faculty had already embraced the idea of using online tools to create a flipped classroom, where some traditional in-class instruction is delivered asynchronously to allow more time to work through problems in live classroom settings. So when the call came last March to take all 775 of our courses online in 72 hours, TC was prepared. Since that time, our digital instruction experts have been working closely with faculty on strengthening their online pedagogy in order to enhance the learning experience for students and the teaching experience for all instructors, regardless of faculty status. Now, we're primed to take the next step in boosting our capacity and impact in digital learning. We want to create a Digital Futures Institute that becomes a digital hub in every sense. A hub for helping faculty improve their online pedagogy and incorporate digital strategies into course design. A hub for developing new technologies and tools that benefit all of our faculty, students, and staff. And a hub for producing and disseminating research, including case studies on best practices in digital instruction. Finally, Teachers College has a sacred duty to help lead the fight against structural racism and inequality in our society. We have an equally sacred duty to model within TC the type of society we wish to build. A commitment to diversity, equity, inclusion, and justice must be the norm for everything we do at Teachers College. It must be the norm for every academic program and course curriculum. It must govern our practices in hiring, promotion, professional development, and board appointments. And it must guide our relationship with our neighbors, partners, and New York City schools. TC has launched many effective initiatives and programs over the past decade that have helped to advance diversity, equity, inclusion, and social justice on campus and beyond. It also was especially inspiring to see the TC community come together this past summer in solidarity, conversation, and deep reflection in response to the murder of George Floyd. Still, every day offers reminders of how much work remains to be done to advance justice, starting at Teachers College. Nothing is more important to TC than getting this work right. We can only succeed in strengthening student pathways, building our research infrastructure, and leading the way in digital learning by also succeeding in promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion at Teachers College. Now, here are the reasons why I'm confident that we will succeed in all of these areas. The first reason, we start from a foundation and culture of excellence. Many faculty members excel as researchers, teachers, mentors, and partners with practitioners. We have many talented employees who have performed superbly and even heroically to keep the college focused on its mission. We certainly could never have managed to come through this pandemic as well as we have without them. Our goal is to take the best of TC and provide institutional support and infrastructure to make the peak of individual excellence the institutional norm. The second reason I'm confident in our success has to do with the character of our collective TC family of students, faculty, staff, trustees, and alumni. Under enormous, unrelenting pressure, we have been resilient, adaptive, supportive, and caring, almost to a fault. These difficult and perilous times have only further revealed the crucial role that Teachers College must play. And I'm confident that we will emerge with a stronger, more effective Teachers College, built to lead for decades. Our overarching goal for TC and the world is captured by the theme of Academic Festival: achieving equity, access, and justice for all. My hope is that we will look back on this week as the moment when we all came together as a college and a community and began bringing a much brighter, more effective, more equitable, and more just future into being. Let's make the right moves together. Now it is my pleasure to call on Rosella Garcia, Executive Director of Alumni Relations, to help us honor great exemplars of TC excellence and impact, our Distinguished Alumni Award winners. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Each year, the Alumni Association recognizes the achievements of their peers with 3 alumni awards. The Early Career Award recognizes rising stars within 10 years of graduation. The Alumni Award for Outstanding Service honors volunteer leaders who have shared their time and talents with the college. And the Distinguished Alumni Award is bestowed upon TC alumni who have made an indelible impact through their work. I encourage you to think about the extraordinary TC alumni that you know who are making a difference. We look forward to receiving your future nominations to help us in identifying the next group of TC alumni who will join these distinguished ranks. It will not be an easy feat to match the caliber of alumni we're going to meet today, but we know that so many TC alumni are going above and beyond the call of duty every day. To submit your future nominations, go to tc.edu/alumni/awards. I'd like to thank the Awards Committee, which has the difficult task of reviewing the nominations and selecting the recipients. This is a role that they take very seriously, and as you're about to see for yourself, they have done an exceptional job once again. Immediately following the awards ceremony, we invite you to tune in to the Alumni Roundtable discussion chaired by President Tom Bailey on the future of higher education. That will immediately be followed by the Student Research Poster Session, where you'll have the opportunity to engage in live Q&A with our 9 student finalists, and you won't want to miss it. As President Bailey said, this year our Alumni Awards ceremony is like no other. I invite you to learn more about this outstanding cohort of alumni, which you can do by reading their citations of achievement on the session page below. On behalf of the entire TC alumni community, it is my great honor to introduce to you Deborah Antoine, Chief Executive Officer of the Women's Sports Foundation; Dr. Dale Atkins, Relationship Expert and Licensed Psychologist; David Gomez, the 7th President of Ostos Community College; Preston Green, Professor of Educational Leadership and Law at the University of Connecticut; Benjamin Dickman, award-winning mathematics educator; Radhika Engar, Education Director at the Earth Institute; Ginny Goldstein, Education Technology Visionary; and last, but certainly not least, Deborah Heinrich, the former Assistant Director of the Nursing 2 program at Montefiore Hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, here are your 2020 Alumni Award recipients.
The intersection of education and justice feels to me like it's always been the cornerstone of Teachers College.
To use education not just as a way of improving social mobility, but as an agent of social change.
Teachers College was and is extremely important to me, and I wanted to make a difference.
I grew up in a little town in Swansea, Massachusetts, one of 6 kids, and I grew up wanting to be a teacher. I won my first tennis championship 2 years after I graduated from TC. Those 2 things really propelled my career going forward.
I grew up in a New York City public housing project and attended public schools. It was a challenging time, but also an exciting time, because it really called on most of us to start thinking about how we're going to try to make things better.
I had a favorite uncle who was deaf. I had some cousins who had disabilities. It's really about how you treat people and the compassion you have, and how we deal with people who are different. It's kind of like, I guess, what I always wanted to address in my career and in the books that I wrote. And now, in 2020, empathy is what we are talking about more than anything in our society.
I came to Teachers College because one of my nursing instructors had her master's from Teachers College. She highly recommended it. And I was very fortunate. I received a scholarship, which enabled me to finance my education here while I continued to work.
My mother instilled in us the importance of education. My mother had to fight quite a bit to provide my brother and me with the opportunities that school could provide. And it was through those opportunities that I began to understand the importance of educational law and policy.
What I wanted to do was learn more about how I might be able to make a difference in education, really providing an equal educational opportunity, which we're still fighting for today. That's why I went to TC.
I was working with a really good think tank in India, but there was something missing. I had a background in economics, but I didn't have the depth or the knowledge of education and its application to economics. So I came to TC to learn about where the education field is.
I think that education and mathematics education is inherently transdisciplinary. And so it's not just about knowing mathematics, it's about having an understanding of cognitive psychology, developmental psychology, in my case, creativity studies.
What I value most about my Teachers College education is the way I really had the opportunity to think and perform and create with a sense of entrepreneurialism and a sense that anything was possible.
And I think both the education and the mentoring played an enormous difference in my career path.
The relationships that I built with my mentors and my colleagues and friends, many of whom went on to become college presidents themselves. It's been a source of comfort, inspiration, and actually therapeutic in these challenging times.
I appreciated taking courses with individuals who did not come from the same background as me. Seeing how people think about problems, seeing how people work through problems, all of that's valuable.
It has given me a different outlook and it has given me a skill that no one can take away. So I feel that has empowered me.
I'm just really grateful, really, to all the people who, I talked to during my time there, who really worked with me, who helped me to see that there were pathways that I had not really thought about before.
We were taught truly how to think. We were inspired long before this was fashionable to public service.
I also am a member of the PAC committee here, President's Advisory Council. I've been doing it for a number of years. It's been a wonderful opportunity to see how the institution functions. I've established scholarships here, and I think the best part, frankly, is getting to know the recipients.
If you want to increase diversity here, you have to take away the financial barrier to participation. The scholarship that I provided funding for in public school leadership, the purpose of that was to ensure that there was diversity.
This award is an honor for me. I never imagined that I will be receiving this award. When you are well prepared from TC and its skill, the sky is the limit, because you get those skills and you use it in every sphere of your life.
I'm flattered and honored to accept this award on behalf of classroom teachers and practitioners, and who have so often been overlooked during award processes in the past.
Truth be told, my efforts to support TC pale in comparison to what TC given me. It gave me the knowledge, the skills, and most importantly, the confidence to take on big challenges, to chart new ground, and to ignore naysayers.
I think we can't escape talking about this pandemic that our country is going through, the world is going through. And I think we saw Teachers College really pulled together during this time. And it made me very proud to be a member of this TC community. So again, thank you so much for this award. I feel very honored and humbled to receive it, and it's very meaningful to me.
This award is a validation of the choice I made 25 years ago to go into educational law and policy. You know, Teachers College has been the door really to the rest of my career. And for that, I'm just eternally grateful. You know, I hope I've made them proud.
I'm proud to receive this award from Teachers College. It's the pinnacle of my career. It's a testament to what a young girl from a little town in Massachusetts can accomplish, and deeply proud.
I'm very grateful to Teachers College for this award, for recognizing me, for recognizing my work. I am truly humbled.
TC was not just instrumental in launching my career as an administrator in higher education, but it reinforced the need for some civic consciousness, for a sense of social responsibility, and for contributions to this society that in this current era is probably more important than ever before.